Hi, welcome to Jade Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I will be unboxing the Kickstarter sort of box set for The Strange. The Strange is a role-playing game that's put out by Monte Cook Games, made by Monte Cook and Bruce Cordell. And basically it's the idea of you're playing characters that go into different worlds and adapt portions of those worlds as their powers. It's based on the Cypher system, same system Numenera uses. And the box set is sort of a Kickstarter exclusive, but some from the local gaming stores would have bought some copies that they can sell, and certainly people bought some that they would sell on eBay. Some people, and you know, the Monte Cook Games may even sell off some of the extra ones they made once they're sure that everyone got their copy in good condition. Now, with this, I started opening these boxes thinking, okay, why is it in so much space? What's going on? And I could tell, okay, this is the one that's going to actually have the box in it, because it's got heft, and this is kind of light. What it turns out is they sent an email like, oh, there's delays in shipping because they were getting reports of damage. I believe, because they're partially open, I believe this is the contents of the box, and this is the box. Like they shipped them separately, and that was how they managed to avoid further damages. So let's open it up, because I kind of got started until I realized what was going on. I was like, oh wait, I have to stop. This is actually the unboxing. It's not like a shrink-wrapped product. Okay, so yeah, nothing else in there. I can sort of see the side, and it's looking pretty. Oh, that is beautiful. Isn't that beauty? Alright, first before we open this, look at the side art. Back. Side that's probably going to see... Oh, either one of them has the Strange on there, so either side would work. Well, let's see, there's that one. Most likely that will be the one I will choose for my shelf to be visible from the side. How does it open? Okay, that opens there. There's more art in here. So here is the box. It is beautiful, but right now it is empty. Oh, shoot, what was underneath there? Oh, cool. There's some art in there too. And so that is the box itself. But it's empty. I have this other very similar sized box that contains the contents, and that's what I'm looking forward to most. So, let's open. Here we have contents for our box. And to start, get a little dice bag with the Strange sort of right there inside the, sewn into it. So, Strange dice bag. We have some decks of cards. I'm actually going to put that off to the side. We have sort of a spiral sketchpad notebook for the Strange. We needed to take some notes. Pair with that is actually a little mechanical The Strange pencil. So there's some things in here that are just kind of, okay, whatever. Why did you include that? Who cares? Yeah, there we go. There's some beautiful little dice there. So we get a D20, D6, and the two D10s, D10 and D percentile. So we get a set of cool, strange dice. Let's see, let's fish out more cards. I will do those at the end, since I will zoom in for those. And, alright, let's start here. We had a little cheat sheet. Looks like we have a couple of these. And they have armor, weapon, task difficulty, and then pools, effort, edge, assets, and skills. So basically, little like player geared, I think, cheat sheets on. Although I guess that could be either player or dungeon master, but for the difficulty, I guess they're allowed to have that. But yeah, sort of a little cheat sheet to have at the table. Some of the basic rules. And character creation walkthrough sheet. It's all 13 steps on here. Pretty much a handout to make it nice and easy for someone to know the steps for creating a character. We have, that looks like a just piece of art that is very pretty, and it's like a dragon, and flying at these guys with some guns. So that is beautiful, and it's to be signed by the artist. So that is nice. Behind which I get another one of the character creation walkthroughs. Alright, we have the books. Ooh, better have to. And so, book 1 is the player's book. And it says here pages 1 to 132. And that is actually referencing because this is a portion of the actual core book that I have. They've broken it up into multiple soft covers, so they're easier to hand out. And they just have the information from that. And then it has alternate origins in the back. So after page 132, you actually get a little bit of extra content that are some alternate origins that you can use that are in this book that aren't in the core book. Continuing, we have the adventure book. These are not in order in here. I want to organize them in order. There we go. That's the next one. So, continuing, we have the setting book, pages 133 through 308. And that is a fight I do not believe we are going to win, my friends. But, so it is going to be those pages out of the book, through 308. And let's see. And 308 is where this one ends. So this one is just content from the core book. Then we get the Game Master's book, 309 through 384. Again, reprinted information from the core book, 384, is where this ends. And then we get some extra, we get cults, factions, and syndicates, extreme ciphers, impossible vehicles, and swordbreakers and elite organization of the strange. So we then get a handful of extra content for the Game Master that wasn't in the core book, so that is cool. And then I believe, I'm pretty sure this is the last section, up to page 400 is the last section from the actual core book. It's the adventure book, where we have the adventures that were in the main book. Oh wow, this is going to be mostly... This is the content from the core book. This is new content. So, yeah. We get what? So basically, we get 1, 2, 3. Is that 3? Yeah, looks like 3. new adventures that weren't in the core, and then some pre-made characters and some sort of papers for the adventures in the back there. So definitely some extra content, which is cool. The Art of the Strange, which is just pretty, but also useful in being able to maybe express a concept that someone might be seeing to a player. You know, when they see something, dare I say, strange, you can show the book to express to them what they are seeing. And also, it's just a really beautiful book of pretty fantasy, sci-fi art. Under that, we get character sheets, which are a mix of the recursion sheets and the actual full character sheets. So it has some of both. Put a little pack of character sheets. So these pre-mades, I think these are pre-mades. Yep, yeah, pre-made characters. Ooh, which have art on them for that. So that. So we have some pre-mades there, and then in addition to that, we actually get some for those pre-mades. We get some recursion pre-made stuff to add to them, so yeah. So we have Yuki Kobayashi is a lucky spinner who might work the system on Earth, but she practices soul sorcery on Arden. And she processes information on Ruck. So that's sort of the idea behind the game, is sort of in different areas you do different things. Some maps. So we have Maps of the Strange, which I believe is like a PDF document that they have. But basically what they have done is they have just provided us with nicely printed copies of these maps. And some of these might not be the best ones, but like, for example, we have this Tom Mallard home map, and it's all labeled and everything, but on the back of it, we get a blank copy. And we have this map of these ruins. On the back of it, we have a blank copy, and all of them have that, which pretty much allow you to utilize them as game handouts as well. So, that's cool. I think I may need to zoom out for this one. This is a giant poster map of Arden. I'm actually probably just going to show that up here, that it's a big map of Arden, and on the back is actually a poster that would be really cool if it didn't have all the folds in it, but I suppose you can put some work and minimize those. It is a nice, thick, quality paper. So Arden is one of the primary recursions within the game, so having a cool map for it is definitely useful in using the game's setting. And they've done pretty much the same thing with one of their other main recursions, which are the different worlds that you transform into, which is Ruck. They've done that map as well. And then it has a little creepier, more of its world sort of art on the back, which doesn't show up very well on the camera because it is glossy. Yeah, so they have a couple of maps there for that. And this one, look at that. And then more important than that, this is, again, Arden. This one's just white on the back, but it is cloth and beautiful. This is one I was really looking forward to. So that is a very cool map for Arden. And then finished the stuff other than obviously the cards. We have a playmat, which is designed to sit in the middle of the table so that players would see. They'd have this on each side for players, special roll results, distances, and then facing the Game Master, we have rules for translation difficulty, trace and acclamation time, and task difficulty, all facing the Dungeon Master with, again, the same stuff as over there on this side for other players. And for me, the fact that it is designed players left and right with Dungeon Master in the center on the long end works great for how I actually run my games. But yeah, so that is a playmat, which is like a mouse pad material. And this fabric one is like a thin fabric with white on the back, but it's a really cool map to have for Arden. So, that is neat. Let's take a look at some of these cards. So we got a few decks here to go with. Translation deck. I guess these are both the Strange deck and the XP deck. Let's start with the XP deck because it is going to be the simplest of them. Let's see, looks like there is an easy open thing put within this. Just find the end. There we go. And the XP deck is pretty simple here. All back says XP deck. Front is some 4s and a bunch of 1s. And then it might have basic card to describe it. And basically it's just an easy way, since XP is not just something you collect to level up in this game, but also something that can be spent to reroll, or spent during the game. It's an easy way to keep track of it with that. The translation deck has sort of a description on the first card, and the other backs are not labeled. They have, consequences of translation, such as the character discovers a box carved from pale wood and inscribed with unknown symbols among their positions. The character has no memory of having acquired it. If opened, it seems to be filled with oddities and a few ciphers. So just something that happens when you translate. And upon arrival in a new recursion, only moments after arriving, the character hears a forlorn cry for help emanating from a nearby location. So just things to during translation. So basically, it's things to make it where when translating, which translating is going from one recursion, one world to another, so Earth to Ruck, or Earth to Oz, or that kind of thing. That is translating, moving from one to the other. So making those more interesting. And the Strange deck which is in 2 parts. Has its little description card. And the Strange deck is filled with limited worlds seeded by fiction. So generating new stories, encounters, and ways to make an encounter strange is fun, but can be a challenge, and that's where this deck is here to help. So, basically, you can kind of see here, the symbol at the top of each card designates one of the laws: magic, mad science, standard physics, psionics, exotic, or substandard physics. So, letting you know that. Basis for an idea. The first entry on each card is a single word or phrase. Use it as a creative prompt to inject new direction or encounter in the game. There's an idea and a complete idea. So, second text is an odd idea that can be inserted into many situations. And the final text on each card provides details of a particular situation, group, or character or outcome, often related to the first two ideas on each card. So, this one is standard physics, sickness. Vomiting, fever, and hallucinations result from sickness. The abnormally contagious flu turns out to be a bioweapon test according to genetic analysis, but from whom? And so there are just a bunch of these, aerial assault. Mercenaries riding winged serpents. Spell and sword-wielding mercenaries riding winged serpents are the final survivors of once prominent recursion that was consumed by its own narrative. So, and then we have another little deck. Even more of these. This one we're staring at here, Serpent. The serpent's body has no beginning or ending. Everything here, people, plants, structures, and so on, is composed of a single serpent whose thin but endless coils are perpetually moving to create a rude facsimile of normal life. Ooh, when they mean, what do they call that? Weird? Exotic, yeah. They mean it. That's, malfunction. Electricity and devices dependent on electricity don't function here. A stockpile of devices taken from recursions that operate under more lenient laws resides within this massive stone citadel lit by earthen lamps and guarded by hulking gigantophocytuses. But yeah, so there's just a bunch of, conspiracy, explosive, hit squad, counterfeit, monkey. A monkey gets loose from the local zoo. An escaped monkey, zoo monkey, scrawls graffiti claiming that it is a translated recursor and in need of succor. Whatever. Animal control officials believe the monkey is rabid because of its attack on a zookeeper and want to put it down. So the idea behind these is these are a bunch of just the strange deck is just a bunch of cards, and really a bunch of cards, to give you an idea for, as a game master, just to get something going. So that is really cool. The XP deck is a quick handout to make, giving and having returned experience easy to do. And translation deck makes translating between recursions, making interesting things there easier. I only have the camera zoomed in, though. I figured, let's look at a closer look at the dice, because it was pretty zoomed out when I was looking at those, and they're pretty small. You can see the 20, the 19, where are they? The 18 have, and the 17 there, all have different backgrounds, because those are the numbers that do special things in the Cypher system. Let's get the D6. Percentile, and D10. Which are the dice that you need for this system? There's that dice bag. So yeah, to find a way to store the strange decks in here, but otherwise I got everything else packed away into the box. and it does at least to a reasonable amount stay shut even while standing up with all the stuff in it, which was a concern of mine originally, but it looks like they got it succeeded. So that is cool. That is the Strange box. So it has the 4 softcover books in there, have all the content from this book, which is what, 400 pages, I'm guessing? 413, and then the things at the back are other, 400, and then back matter, which is basically like the index, which doesn't quite work with that book style, the character creation walkthrough, and things like that we got separated sheets for. So it's the 400 pages and then some extra stuff that they split out. The backers of the original Kickstarter, that kind of thing got kicked. But otherwise, the 4 books are the material from this book, split up, and then with some extra stuff added. And then there's the art book, and the maps, a bunch of the printouts, and all that stuff added. So that's all really cool. And I do think probably one of my favorites is still the Arden map here. I don't know. Just even compared to the paper one, it's just the colors are vibrant. And this feels like almost if I was running the game, this feels like the kind of thing either I could physically hand out or have hanging up behind me. It feels like the one that I'd want to use at the table. Almost the idea, this map makes me, if I actually end up ever running a game here, want to make sure that we go to Arden within it. Otherwise, it is a fun-looking system, because the idea is you can go to whatever, recursions of whatever place you have in your imagination. Anything could be a place, so it's fun to be able to play with that. Otherwise, hope that helps you either if you're looking at actually getting this, secondhand or something like that, to make sure that you're wanting, you know what you're getting into. Or like me, I looked at unboxings of the one for Numenera before getting this one, and so if they do other box sets in the future, I hope this helped you kind of get an idea for what Monte Cook Games does for their Kickstarter exclusive box sets. So we'll have to see what they do later down the line. Anyways, thank you for watching, and have a good day. Bye.